Alright, what is up guys, Nate4 here and welcome back to another ranking video, and today I'm going to be ranking all of the Final Destination films from the worst to the best. And in the comment section below, if you want to, it's optional, let me know what your personal ranking is or your personal favorite Final Destination movie is. I read all the comments, so I'm very interested, man, but I don't want to drag this intro out too long, so let's hop straight into it. Easily in last place without a doubt is Final Destination 4, or just simply the ones with the NASCARs. This movie definitely leaves a lot to be desired. This movie isn't really good, and compared to the first three, this one just lacks any of the charm. People can be afraid of a freaking airplane like crashing or a highway piling up and, you know, like a huge disaster. And a lot of people are afraid of roller coasters. No one's afraid of freaking NASCARs in a racetrack, dude. Like, I don't even know anyone who likes NASCARs, honestly. No disrespect to the sport, but it was just a bad setting to pick for a movie, in my opinion. And the characters in this movie are at an all-time low. These characters are as bland and boring as it comes. And this movie just visually looks bad, man. And I get it's supposed to be seen in 3D, but it just looks bad visually. All the death scenes in this movie, they're all just like right in your face, and it's not really good. It's all the deaths are just very over the top, and it's just not a very good movie. It's the one I'd come to the least, you know. And like I said, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but this movie just feels like a test. They were testing out the 3D special effects and stuff like that, and this movie, it just doesn't have that much charm. It doesn't have a lot going for it. These cast of characters, it leaves a lot to be desired, man. I'm sorry. In my number 4 spot, I'm gonna go with Final Destination 5. Technically the most recent one. It's the one where the bridge collapses, and I'll be honest, I don't love this movie, but I like it, okay? It's definitely way better than Final Destination 4 was. You know, these characters, they're on like a retreat or whatever, and they're trying to cross this bridge and it collapses, and it's honestly, it's something I didn't think I'd be afraid of until I watched this movie, dude. So it gets points for that. Some of these characters are a bit rough, and it's kind of the same thing as Final Destination 4, just not as bad, because this movie is also supposed to be seen in 3D, but the kills aren't all over the top and, you know, just goofy, you know. And a bridge setting is much more entertaining than a NASCAR racetrack setting, in my opinion. And this movie actually is really, really gruesome, dude. Like, some of the CGI in this movie doesn't look great, but anything's better than Final Destination 4, honestly. That's pretty much why this movie is above in this ranking, just because I really don't like that movie. But this movie actually gets pretty creative with the kills, and definitely towards the ending, because that's honestly what saves this movie for me. The ending scene where you see the connections of the films, it's honestly really, really cool. And there's a lot of Easter eggs in this movie where you get to see all these little hints at all the previous movies. Like, even on the coupon or whatever he has, you can see that it's set at the same time that Flight 180 happened in the original movie. And you see, like, the ending of this movie is the start for the first movie, and I love that, dude. That's amazing. That's what's good for me. But in my number 3 spot, I got the original. Now wait. Okay, I know some people might not like me putting this one here, but I just simply think that the next two on this list are just a little more fun, you know. This one's the original. It holds a very special place in my heart. It's the one that started them all, and it has a freaking all-star cast in this movie, dude. Like, the more I watch it, the more I appreciate it. Like, this had a very, like, stacked cast, like very 2000s, very late 90s casting for it, and I love it, dude. And it's good for me because I'm afraid of heights, so, you know, being on an airplane is definitely not for me. Probably something I will never do. So I really like it for that standpoint. And this movie is just different, man. It's unlike anything that we've really seen in the horror genre before. So I personally really, really like that about this movie. And it's almost perfect for me, but there's a few bumps in this movie that really holds it back for me, in my opinion. But they're not like big significant things. They're more like little nitpicks, if I'm being honest. I think this movie's a lot of fun, and I think it's definitely still holds up, and it's much better than 4 and 5. I'll give it that. But the main character, bro, like, I don't know what they were doing with Alex, but they kind of make it seem like he is the problem, dude. Like, he's in these predicaments, and you kind of understand why the police officers, they think he's a part of the crimes and the deaths and stuff like that, because he just looks very, very suspicious. But I don't know, man. That was my only real issue with this movie, is you kind of see where they're coming from, but still pretty good. And my runner-up is going to go to Final Destination 2. And I'll be honest, this is a pretty damn good movie, and I never really had a fear of highways and a highway pileup or whatever until I watched this movie, dude. As a kid, they used to excite me, and then I watched this movie, and it kind of ruined it for me. And every time I'm in a car and I just see like a bunch of logs ahead of me, which has happened more times than I'd like, I think of this movie, dude. It's mentally scarred me, actually, and I really like the feel of this movie. It's not just a bunch of teenagers or whatever. This movie really establishes that pretty much anybody can go at any time, dude. It doesn't matter what you are, who you are. Death waits for no man. So I really like that feeling for this movie. It doesn't matter if you're freaking pregnant. It doesn't matter if you're just still a kid. You can go at any time. And this movie really does a good job of establishing that. So I actually really, really like this movie in that regard. It kind of stumbles a bit because I don't like how they treat the characters from the previous movie, being Claire and Alex. With Claire, it ticks me up because she could have lived through this movie, but she helped these new characters and they got her killed, and I hate that. And Alex died because of a flying brick. What? Like, get out of here, bro. Get out of here. I hate that, dude. They wrote him off screen. He died off screen. It's unacceptable. That's really my only complaint with this movie, is I don't like the way that they treated the previous characters. But yeah. And our winner and number one for today is going to go to Final Destination 3. I love this movie. I adore this movie. It's the one I watched the most. And this one, it's the scariest one for me because my fear is roller coasters. I'm afraid of heights. And I know what you might be thinking. Oh, if you're afraid of heights, then why isn't the first one the worst one for you? Because, you know, it's in the sky. Look, a roller coaster going up and down, sideways, loop-de-loop, super duper fast, it's not for me, okay? I've been on roller coasters before, but this movie definitely makes me not want to get on anymore ever again. And I freaking love Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Ryan Merriman, and they both play their characters so freaking well, dude. They have this great chemistry, and I'm a huge fan of their movies outside of this one, and it's just so good, dude. They play their characters so well. They both lost their not their significant others, but, you know, their boyfriend, girlfriend, so now they have to, you know, come closer together and try to figure this thing out, and I love that dynamic. Do I love Alex and Claire? Yeah, sure, but dude, they take the cake with this one, dude. They take the cake with this one. And it's such a fun movie, dude. It's never really a dull moment. The deaths are creative. The movie's fun. You feel for these characters. You want to see them survive. It's just such a good time. And out of all of the settings, this one just feels the funnest, dude. Like, freaking airplane is cool. Highway is all right. Bridge is fine. A NASCAR track is okay, but roller coaster amusement park setting, like, it's so fun. These characters, they're really good. They carry the movie. They hold all the weight, and you know, it's just my personal favorite one, dude. Some people might disagree, but for me, this movie is damn near perfect. Okay, I think this movie has fun moments, scary moments, very solid characters, and I love it, so that's why it's number one. Alright, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely consider dropping a like on it, share the video, subscribe if you haven't already. I would appreciate it. I have a lot of other ranking videos you guys can watch. I've ranked all the Mortal Kombat games, all the Step Up movies, all the Child's Play movies, and so many other things. So if you're interested in anything like that, you know, definitely consider dropping a sub. I would appreciate it, and it's free. But yeah, man, I'm in A4, and I am out. Peace.